We would like to thank everyone that chose to pledge to spread inclusion and respect and to stand unified as Northside Legends yesterday. Our hope is that you really take that awareness and the reason for why you pledged and continue to live by that for the rest of this year and years to come at Northside. So once again, thank you to everyone. It means the world to us, Champions Together, coaches and partners and athletes. Today we have a set of staff interviews on what inclusion means to them and what this Champions Together program means to them. Enjoy! If you did pledge yesterday, you can also stop by our Champions Together table to take a picture in our photo booth showing that you pledged, and all of those pictures taken today will be put in a slideshow for the announcements tomorrow to show off that you want to promote respect and inclusion in our school.
How has seeing the Champions Together program during the basketball season impacted you as a varsity coach and teacher in the building?
I think it's just been awesome just to see the excitement everywhere we play, just how much the fans get in it, our players, coaches, and I just love to see the joy on the faces of the kids out there playing. It's just, it's a great experience, and I'm just so happy that, our school has really backed our team, but also the other teams. And I think the fans from the other schools have also done the same. I think it's been an awesome experience.
All right, so what is one thing that you hope students take away from our Spread the Word campaign week?
My hope is that all students in the school realize that people and students with disability aren't any less than anyone else. I hope they learn that acceptance and kindness goes a long way, and that simply being aware of the words you say makes a huge difference in our world. If we change just a few words in our vocabulary and keep an open mind about people around us, Northside will become an even better place.
Thank you so much.
Do you ever hear misuse of the R word?
Not like I used to. When I was in high school, I thought I heard it a lot, but now things have changed. I don't hear it as often, but it's also still one of those words you don't want to use because it is degrading and hurts others' feelings. And plus, there are students out there who have challenges, so when they do hear that, it's still putting them down. But it's just still one of those words you don't want to use because if it was a student or adult, it's still hurting somebody, and you never know how they're going to take it in the long run.
How have you seen the Champions Together program impact your students?
The Champions Together program has impacted my students by allowing them to take on a leadership role in their community and amongst their peers. But I think more importantly, the Champions Together program has taught my students a sense of understanding about what it's like for those students to live with disabilities. And it also helps them understand how they can make a positive impact on those children's lives.
Thank you.
How has inclusion impacted your classroom, and why do you have a second teacher in your classroom?
So inclusion is really important at Northside because it's when special education students of different levels integrate, so they're included in classrooms with general education students. I think that that's so great because it lets everybody have a chance at the same level of education. And so when I have a second teacher in my room, it's to make sure that they're getting all the help that they could get to reach as much success as they can.
So, Ms. Tammy, what is your involvement with the Functional Skills Program and their internship program, and why do students see our functional skills students working around the school?
My involvement with the functional skills kids is we get them ready for jobs, and what it is we teach them how to wash windows, sweep the floors, clean bathrooms and stuff of that nature. And then when they get ready and they become seniors and 18 years of age, they go on to become on payroll, which we have a student already that is on payroll. He goes to school just like everybody else does, and then at 4 o'clock he clocks in and gets paid $10.50 an hour for doing a job. And it's something that it's the skills that he has learned throughout his intern program, which that's what the kids are learning, is to become an employee through Sodexo.
Thank you. Mr. Bailey, what does inclusion look like in your classroom?
Well, in my classroom, inclusion is a very important thing that you actually wouldn't notice was taking place because everybody's being treated pretty much equally. Now, we serve everybody with individual needs according to what their IEP says and what deficits they have. But bottom line is we teach all students based upon their needs, and the net result is that inclusion really looks like just any other classroom, regardless if it's an integrated services class or an academic class or an honors class. So inclusion looks like treating everybody equally. And that goes back to the fact that I do have as many as 20% of my students have IEPs. Sometimes it's more. Some class periods, a third of my students have an IEP. But if you came in and observed it, you wouldn't notice a difference because everybody would be acting appropriately and at grade level. So inclusion is kind of a big deal here at Northside and in my classes. And then the net result is that you would never know that people had learning deficits because we do our best to address them.